Hey, realtors. I know how it feels to be struggling, spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars each month on Facebook ads, and you're still just getting those crappy leads. As a real business owner, you don't deserve that, and you guys deserve those qualified appointments. Welcome to episode 2 of my 30-day program, where I'll be showing you the exact systems we use here at Moist and I Marketing Agency to really implement these strategies into your business. The goal of this series is to really get you more qualified appointments and really see how Facebook ads really do work for realtors. If you guys have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comment. I'll be personally replying to all of them, and I can't wait for you guys to implement these strategies. At any time, if you guys feel overwhelmed or concerned with these Facebook ads and it's getting really tricky, don't hesitate to book a slot down below. I will be personally taking all the calls down below. I'll be helping you guys with each strategy and see if you guys could even qualify for a partnership to come work with us at Moist and I Marketing. No further ado, let's get on with the video. Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. I'm really excited to dive into it today. We're going to be going over a little bit of a brief introduction before we go on to the rest of this series. Welcome to the first slide, everybody. Today we're going to be going over rhythm over rewrite. Pretty much what this means is we actually got to set that clear schedule and make a consistent progress with these, okay, guys? Like, it won't work if we just set out one ad. We need to be doing campaigns on a weekly basis. So we're going to dive on how we're going to do that today. So pretty much what you're going to need right now is a full-on CRM. What I use personally is Go High Level, but there's a bunch of different CRMs that you can be using. You probably already use one for your business right now. What we'll be looking at right now is how to hook up your CRM to your Facebook ads. So pretty much as soon as the lead submits that form, they get unless they're not qualified, we put them in the qualified section, they get an instant email or text message via your phone or email. We got to make sure we're also calling them, as we spoke in the last video, making sure you're always picking up the phone and dialing. Out here at Moist and I Marketing Agency, we have an in-house ISA team that really dials within minutes, so you got to stay on top of that. We also want to manage your time, making sure you have that time to either create those ads, contact these leads, or send out these emails. With the CRM, it's so perfect because we have automations that send it out as soon as they send out the form. But if you don't have that, I use Go High Level personally. I don't know if other CRMs help you do that, but we have automations. Instantly, this lead submits the form, right away it gets sent to their email box. Importance of rhythm in sales. So as we touched on the other slide right now, rhythm is really important because you got to make sure you're contacting these leads as soon as possible. You also want that specific pixel set up for the qualified leads and the unqualified. So what that would mean, so here at Moist and I Marketing Agency, we use a lead form where it says, how soon are you looking to buy or sell? If it's under a year, that's minimum we usually say, then we send them right away to the unqualified form where we have other value for them just clicking on the ad. So pretty much either a lead magnet or maybe a buyer seller's guide. We have that over there, but we always want to separate the qualified and unqualified, because if we're wasting our time talking to these unqualified people that are pretty much just tire kickers at the end of the day, we're wasting so much potential time that we could be spending on real qualified appointments. So we got to make sure we're making this rhythm right. It also counts for what creatives you should be using. As I touched on with the last video, you never really want to set double what your daily budget was in one ad if it isn't performing to your KPI, your key performance indicators. Pretty much what that means is, let's say your daily budget is 20 bucks. If you're spending 20 bucks on the first day on your advertisement and it's getting 0 leads, I would leave it for a whole nother day. And if it's spent 40 and you still haven't received a good qualified lead, I would just take that down, because at that point, Facebook's just telling us that the ad and creative isn't really working, and we got to start testing other ad creatives. That's what we do here at Moist and I Marketing Agency. We actually run multiple campaigns because we don't want to rely on one ad creative to keep on getting you those qualified appointments. On a weekly basis, we set up a campaign, so making sure that you're getting fresh new leads every week. Essential takeaways. So pretty much what this is just another reminder on how you do have to follow up, of course. What we're going to do with our calendar is actually set specific times, so when we should and when we shouldn't. So me personally, when I post ad creatives, if it's anytime after 12 in the morning, I set my ad to post the next day, because what I found out, it doesn't perform well if it doesn't have a full day to actually get those testings involved. So what we're going to do here is actually set specific times when you should be following up, DMing, cold approaching, what you should be doing. So as a realtor going into 2026, you guys, of course, need to do as much outbound as you can at the end of the day. You also want to focus on your referrals. But what we're doing with these Facebook ads is it's your 24/7 lead generation. So pretty much you do got to follow up, but it works 24/7 for you. But we still got to add those times in our calendars to send those DMs out, follow up with those emails with automations, call the leads. We got to do that. Essential takeaways. Challenges and strategies. So most of the time when people post Facebook ads, there's no strategy, It's just set daily budget, headline, AI creative, and let's just pray for the best. There is no strategy with this, guys. You really need to set up campaigns for specific leads that you're trying to generate. So what we do here is, example, let's say Calgary, okay? We'll dive in quickly to Calgary. There's gonna be 4 different categories we'll be targeting. We'll be providing value to Calgary homeowners, pretty much just giving them all the essentials that they need to build some trust. Also putting our face around, getting them to know who we are, the realtor that's in that area that we're working with. You actually want a lead generation machine. So pretty much adding enough value for where they can click and book an appointment with you. All these things we'll dive in later into the other series. But pretty much what I'm trying to say is you do need a strategy. And if there is no strategy, like we said, Facebook does like to send some bots sometimes. And it's not convenient when you're following up with these random bots. Because Facebook, at the end of the day, it's a business. They want you to spend money and they want you to think you're getting leads. That's what we learned here, that it's not what it seems, guys. These bots are going to be texting you acting like homeowners, but it's really just Facebook's engagement strategy explained. So like we said with the follow-up, this is just another overview of the follow-up systems, how we do actually have to do it. If you think you don't, there's no point in sending out these Facebook ads. Like we said, you need rapid response, literally within minutes. That's when we contact them. That's what we see the best, because listen, these homeowners, if you're not going to help them, they're just going to move on to the next realtor, and you guys know that. So at the end of the day, you want to make as quick phone calls as you can and really not delay anything. And we also do want to be sending out these DMs, everything that we can. We'll get their email and phone number with the lead form, but we actually do want to contact them at the end of the day. So like we said, we use a CRM ourselves. We use Go High Level. Automation sends right away as soon as they send that form. So we're on them as quick as possible. So weekly strategies. Like we said, we're going to block out some time in your calendar, really set out these when you should be creating these creatives, when you should be filming. If you're doing static, if you're doing videos, you really want to set out these times in the week. Like I said, you never want to post after 12. If you are, you want to schedule it for the next day, but making sure you have that time stretched out, because schedules are crazy. We know, we understand. You need to set out these times booked in your calendar, making sure you're actually gonna be able to update these ads. Because I can't tell you how many times I've seen realtors stick with the same ads for months and they forgot that they're spending $20 a day on their ad budget. It's actually hilarious that the realtors forget about it. So we don't want that to happen to you. So we're going to have weekly updates, making sure you actually use new creatives and see what isn't and what is working. And we also want to create your booking link so the clients have easy access to contact you. That'll be on your landing page. But what we really like to do is have on the phone call, set an appointment, because it's one-to-one talking, not just them clicking a button and hoping it's not a bot. So we'll teach you all these in later videos for sure. Efficient workflow strategies. So most of the people we work with do have teams, but I don't know if you guys are solo realtors or not. Doesn't matter, you still need to build yourself as that team. So like I said, you are going to have to be following up as soon as possible. So making sure your notifications are on are crucial. You got to make sure as soon as that lead form gets submitted, you call them. Like we said, you want to plan these schedules when you're making these videos, when you're editing the creatives, when are they launching, not before 12 a.m. like we said, and making sure everything's just really efficient. Guys, we're just doing Facebook ads. It's not that complicated. What is the main important part is, does your creative look good? Is it actually pleasing to look at? Is your headline clear and is actually solving a problem? Are we contacting the motivated sellers that we actually are looking for? Are they upsizing, downsizing, to make sure we're actually targeting the right people? And fourth, the follow-up. That's where the magic happens, like we said. That is the most crucial part. If you don't have follow-up right, then honestly, just throw your money in the garbage, because we're not spending 20 bucks a day to go in the garbage, guys. 20 bucks is a good start. And the first 2 weeks, like we said, we're just testing see what Facebook's going to give us, the information we get from this 20 bucks a day. But what we've seen works the best is $50 a day on ad budget. That has been the best performance we've seen so far. So if you guys have the budget to spend $50 a day, perfect, but we can make it work with 20, but you would get faster results with 50. This is another weekly plan. Like we said, this is more of an introduction video, so we'll dive into the actual crucial meat and potatoes later in the videos, but we just want to make sure you got your fundamentals right, everything's good. Like we said, we're going to help you with all the sheets down below, helping you with the to-do list, but what we really want you to do is making sure you have the actual time to be working on this. Real estate is honestly more than a full-time job. It's weekends, days, every day, you never take a break, but you really got to make sure you set out these crucial times for productive hours. I don't care, even if you have literally 45 minutes a week to have spare on this, you got to make sure you're doing the productive times. So what that means is, are you actually making the creatives in time? Are you able to follow up in time? I don't care, because with 45 minutes a week, You can get this done if you actually hustle. We're coming up on our last slide, everybody. So what we're really doing is just strategy exclusion plan. The whole point of today's video was really to just get you productive and really into that work hustle mode. We're coming up on our final slide, guys. Like I said, this video was more just an introduction, really a fundamental. We're gonna get into the really good stuff. And so we really just want to get your fundamentals right, making sure you actually have that time on a weekly basis to follow up, make the creatives, and actually post the content. We're making sure we block out every daily call that we need. So listen, once you get that notification, we know we're going to follow up as soon as possible. I'm going to say this a million times, guys, because it needs to get in your mind, because that's where the magic happens. So we really just want to set your calendar straight, making sure everyone's on the same page. We'll have the to-do list in the documents below, just a PDF, click on it, download, really quick and easy. You'll know what the rest of the community is doing as well. If you guys are really struggling with Facebook ads, don't hesitate to book a call with me below. I'll be personally taking them for the first 50 appointments that we get. We'll be diving into your current situation, how we can really help you, and see if you qualify for a partnership.